Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Mike here, and it is Tuesday, November 8th. It's election day here in America, in the United States. And I wanted to come with you to this video and do it this morning because I didn't have a vlog set up for today because I think it's important to focus on our country here and to go out and vote. I'm going to make a short video here talking live with you guys and be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about reselling or anything like that. I'm not going to be on here for extended periods of time because I know how valuable my time is, and I want to value your time, right? So I'm going to get straight to the point and just go on with what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm not going to pitch or sell you something. I'm not going to talk about how doing this is going to change your life or doing this is going to make you a better person, right? So I'm going to just kind of wing it here with what I usually do, and at the same point in time, stuff that I think is a major issue that's going on in just life in general, right? And it's about success. I've been reselling for over 17 years full time. It's been a long journey with a lot of ups and downs, and it's not an easy journey. I hate when I hear people talk about, oh, this is easy. You can make $20,000 in a week, and it's just not the case. I mean, it takes time a lot of times, guys, when you're first starting off to build up an inventory. One of the most important things to do as a reseller is to build up an inventory so you can have products to sell every day. I mean, I've been putting out these vlog series where you're seeing me sell stuff every day. I'm not even showing everything, but it took me years to do this. And throughout these years, the transition from Illinois to Arizona, I mean, I pretty much gave up everything when we came to Arizona here, and had to start from scratch. Kind of went from living in Illinois, having a warehouse with employees, to shutting all that down so my wife can live her dream of becoming a teacher. And I knew in my heart, that I can go anywhere in this country and resell, right? Because it's all about the buy. It's all about finding the items that will sell, and understanding there's a profit there, right? So, with that being said, anybody can really truly do this business. Anybody. It's one of those things where it's common sense. You buy something at one price and you flip it for another, right? We all know that. But at the same point in time, I've talked to thousands and tens of thousands of people since my journey here on YouTube, and with my website and everything like that, and YouTube here, and Morning Cup of Joe Facebook here, Resellers Roundtable. And I felt like I wanted to do something important today to talk about success, because there's so many people, I don't know if they're guided the wrong way, or they just think this is easy and they can list 3 things a day and just sit back and drink margaritas and hang out at the beach, right? It's not the case, and it's not the case with anything in life when you are going and really developing your skills to be a small business, to be an entrepreneur, to work from home. You've got to go out there and understand that it's a grind, and with a grind, that means there's a lot of time and just it's just a grind. You know what I mean? You go out there every day and you're busting your butt, and people don't realize that in the beginning. I hear it all the time. Oh, I've got 40 items listed on eBay. Why isn't anything sold in 7 days? I mean, you only have a small part of the pie there, right? When you have tens of thousands of items out there and nothing's selling for 7 days, something is wrong. I've never been one to come on here on YouTube and say, listen, this is the way I'm talking and the way I'm doing things is how it should be done. Because I've talked to so many people and learned from so many other people, and even successful people with reselling. I know people that sell 10 things a month and they're pulling in 20, 30K, right? They're after bigger ticket items. They have no problem dropping 3, 4 grand to make 8, 9. There's so many different ways with this business. And, but the great part is you can start with $5, Years ago, I came on YouTube here. Hey, let's do the $6 challenge. Watch me turn $6 into whatever. Then, a couple years ago, I did a $10 challenge that was only on my website. And then, over time, it works, right? If you're dedicated. So, guys, I'm gonna get into some stuff here. And if you have any some questions, just leave them down below. I'll take a look at them when I see them. But here's a couple things right off the bat: is that it's success in general, right? Just some stuff I wrote down really quick. That I think in order to be successful, you have to learn these traits or learn these skills or this mindset, right? And one is quit saying tomorrow. I'm going to list that stuff tomorrow. right? Or I'm going to take it easy today. I'm just going to lay on the couch. You know, pushing things off, especially when you're working from home. And now again, whether you're part-time or full-time, if you're full-time, you should not be saying, oh, this will wait till tomorrow. Just get it done. Knock the stuff out, you know? Why let it sit around? Because I'll tell you what, I've got stuff sitting around, you know, from years, especially since I moved here in Arizona, of just buying things in mass quantities that, you know, I should be really sitting around and just listing all this stuff. But, you know, everybody gets this thing going, right? When you start making some money, you know, you kind of work off what your inventory is doing, and then you're out there still hunting for more deals and bargains. But pushing things off when you're new to reselling is just a mistake, right? Letting stuff just pile up, especially if you're in a financial strain, you know? We live in a time right now, guys, where it's possible to do a lot of things, right? From the luxury of your home, right? To work from home, to raise your family, to be here for your family. And it's all about just understanding where you live, what your bills are, how much money you need to make a month, and then how much work you're going to put into your business. You know, some people put 10 hours of work into their reselling business and make $2,000 a week, you know, and, you know, you won't know what it's like until you actually go out there and do it and build that system, right? And I think it's important to understand that this is not a get rich quick scheme. You don't need $20,000 to start. You know, you don't need to go buy a book, a course, be a part of some lifestyle program to do this business, right? I mean, people have been doing this business for hundreds of years, guys, before anybody came out with ebooks and courses and all this other stuff, right? You got to kind of learn on your own, right? And there's ways to, you know, network with others and be a part of other things where you can learn from others, for sure, like with YouTube here or in the free Facebook groups, the paid Facebook groups, whatever it may be, whatever floats your boat. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to put the work in. You're gonna be the one that's gonna have to sit there and do all the listings, take the photographs, do all this, do that, you know, and sitting there thinking, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Let me go hire a VA. Let me go hire an employee. You shouldn't even be thinking about this until you can generate enough income and religiously see it week after week, month after month, right? I hear people all the time, oh, I want to scale my business. And then when you hear them talk about that, you're like, dude, what are you talking about? You just started 2 months ago. How are you thinking about scaling? You need to go out there and prove to yourself that you can do this. See, that's the problem people will come across with the reselling. They'll come in, they'll jump in the game, and they'll say, oh, I got to scale here, scale there. Why? Why can't you just work 6 months and see what happens? Why can't you work a year where you're at, right? You know, this business, you could do the rest of your life, a one-man team out of your basement, your garage. You could do it out of your back of your van, right? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is, you know, there's a lot of advice out there. There's a lot of people to listen to. Take little bits and pieces from everybody, but stop sitting there saying, oh, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to do this. Or tomorrow I need to scale my business. You need to focus on what's important now, and that's getting stuff listed, getting stuff sold, and religiously doing it every week, every month, every year, right? As a year goes by, if you've made $100,000, okay, $100,000, I wouldn't even, if you made $100,000, don't even think to yourself, I need to go get an employee. That's just a foolish mistake. You're going to take money out of your pocket, okay? Because that employee, if it's 20 hours, 40 hours, is going to cost you money, right? It's going to come out of your pocket at the end of the day. And by bringing somebody in, you may say, oh, I could source more over here now. I could do this over there. Trust me, it's not as easy as people make it sound to be, right? You actually have to go out there, and you're going to take a big cut off the bat. You got to train that person. You got to get them used to the system. Now, the great thing is they can be doing the minimalistic things like taking photographs, measuring, blah, blah, packaging of boxes, and you could be doing something more productive, right? But at the same point in time, you know, that should not even be on your mind until you yourself know that you can do this business, that you can be successful, that you can work in your surroundings no matter where you live, whether it's in the middle of the desert in Arizona or in the middle of Chicago where there's 100 thrift stores within, you know, a 40-mile radius. You know, the opportunities are out here, guys. You know, I wouldn't come on YouTube and here and start blabbing and being so passionate about reselling if I knew it didn't work, right? But the reason why a lot of people fail is because they don't put in the time. They don't put in the grind. And they're not even thinking through all this. You know, I mean, it's terrible. But, you know, it takes a strong-willed person to go out there and resell. You know, it really does, because you're grinding every day. You're waiting on people on the internet to buy crap from you. You know what I'm saying? You're waiting. You're sitting here. Oh, when's my phone going to cha-ching? You know, what's going on with this? What's going on? That's what you're doing. Or local scene. You're waiting to flip stuff to somebody on Craigslist or OfferUp or Facebook, right? It's a waiting game. Okay. Or you're at the flea market. You're hustling straight up there, right? You're waiting for people to come by and give you money. Give me the money. Give me the money. Give me the money. Right? So the biggest thing is you got to say, listen, I can't keep pushing things off. All right. I'm 40 years old, guys. I don't want to push anything off. I want to keep moving forward. So there is a time and point in my life, maybe when it's 50, maybe when I'm 55, maybe when I'm 60, I can scale back myself and just sit back and enjoy life. I'm enjoying life right now because I've busted my butt. But I still every day get up, I grind, no matter what the case is, no matter if I got a hangover, right? No matter if I'm sick, no matter if, my kids get sick, I got to take them to the hospital, or Kim's sick. I will put the time in. I map out my days. If I say, hey, I got to list 3 hours a day and take photographs, that's what I'm doing. And now if that's at 2 a.m. and I'm only get 4 hours of sleep, that's what I'm going to do, right? We should feel privileged, guys, to be resellers to work from home, okay? Honestly, okay? This country right now is in shambles. There are people that are homeless. There are people that are starving. There are people in government assistance programs that are getting cut off, right? And we have the opportunity to work for ourselves, work from home. And it's the worst feeling in the world when that is taken away from you, okay? And you have nothing. Because then where are you going to go? You have to go work at Taco Bell. You have to go work at Pizza Hut. There's no jobs, right? There's no jobs out there. But at the same point in time, you create your job. You have to put the time in. Lots of people fail in this business because they get lazy. They don't have the hunger or the passion. And I've seen people that, oh, Mike, I got to pay my rent in the next 2 weeks, or my electric bill's getting off here. But yet I see them. I log into Facebook. I see these people. They're they're wasting their time. They should be more productive. No, they're on Facebook. They're on YouTube. They're freaking watching Jerry Springer. They're freaking doing this. They're doing that. But they're not working, right? It's a big difference when you're used to a boss telling you what to do and sit in that cubicle for 9 hours, right? We've all been there. Oh, yeah, I'm done with my work here. Let's go play Tetris. Yeah, let's waste of time. When is it? Is it 5 o'clock yet? I don't know. I got to get out of here, right? Then 5 o'clock comes, you go home, you eat dinner, you go to the bar, you do whatever, you sit around on TV. With reselling, it's not like that, right? Every minute counts. Every hour counts. You have to be productive. Because if you let all that slip away and you don't manage your time, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble, right? Especially if you have these financial responsibilities that, your electric bill is $800. How many times I see in my local Facebook group, we can't pay our bills, please help. We can't do this, we can't do that. But you click on their name and you go on their Facebook page. Here, last week they were showing you the brand new car they bought, right? Or, hey, look at this, that. Look at this, look at that. We live in a crazy life. There's crazy people. It's a crazy world. But at the end of the day, that should really matter is you and your family, okay? Not any of this, not me. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about your neighbor over there. Worry about yourself and your family. Take care of yourselves first, okay? I hate that. I hate people that play the victim. I have no choice. I can't do that. I can't list today. I can't list more than 5 things. Why can't you? Why can't you? Oh, I don't want to do that today. Or, oh my God, my credit card bill, I can't pay it. What am I going to do? When you start becoming the victim and blaming others because you don't want to put the work in, you're going to fail off the bat. You're never going to be successful, right? Until you own it, until you sit there and look and go, wait a minute, I can't pay my bills. What the hell am I going to do? Then you figure out a game plan. You figure out a game plan and you go for it. You got to make it happen, because if not, then what? I guess you're just going to put a little freaking ski mask on and go down to about the 7-Eleven or Circle K and say, give me the money, right? People are doing it every day. Every day they're robbing, they're stealing, they're doing whatever, right? Because they don't want to work. They don't want to put the time in. They blame everything on everybody else. They have no responsibilities in life. When you become an adult and you have a family and you have kids, you now have responsibilities, the biggest responsibilities in the world to support your family, okay? And you have to take action. You have to keep working. You can't sit there and say, this is not fair. eBay is broken. I tried Etsy. It does not work. There's nothing for me to buy at Walmart. Okay. I got scammed on here. Yeah, everybody. Come on, man. Stop glooming and the dooming. Right? You have to go out there and just take life by the horns. You have to grow a pair, and you have to sit there and go, hey, you know what? I understand I am playing the 85 Chicago Bears. I'm on the 1 yard line. I've never played football my entire life. I'm looking at Richard Dent. There's Steve McMichael. They're going to rip my freaking head off. But I need to get over to the other side of the field so I can pay my bills, I can pay my rent, pay my car. I can get baby formula. I can keep the lights on. And guess what? Most people will take a step back and say, I got to get off the field. Right? You guys that watch me, I don't want you to be that person. I want you to say, okay, it's time to strap this helmet on. Give me the ball, and I'm going to run it down their throats. I don't care if that's Michael Singletary. I don't care if that's, Otis Wilson, if it's Richard Dent. You have to face the fear, okay? In this business, you can't have a fear of failing. Oh, I'm going to fail today. I can't resell. Oh, God, nothing sells. This does not work. What are these people talking about? If you have a fear, right? Let's say this. Let's say you're dreaming big. Let's say you want to make $5,000 this month, $5,000 after fees. But you say to yourself, I'll never get there. You never will. You never will get there because you're doubting yourself. You're playing the victim. You can't look at things. People sit there, oh, God, I go to the thrift store here, I go to the thrift store there, and there's nothing for me to ever buy. Well, if you keep thinking that, that's what's going to happen. Right? I'm a big believer when I go out, you know what? I find stuff all the time. All the time. Why? Because I believe the stuff's going to be there. That's why I go. Okay? You got to let over the fear. You got to let over the fear of failure. If you think you're going to fail, then you're going to fail. There's no denying that. You have to work your ass off, guys. You got to work your tail off. You got to put in the time and the grind. These people sitting around saying, oh, we'd only do this for 10 hours here. And they just started a year ago or 2 years ago, and all they do is buy jeans, or they buy little pet shops or whatever they're buying. They're misleading you because you have to put the time and the work in. You got to put the time and the work in. You've got to put the grind in, man. All right? You want to be successful? You have to work. We live in a country right now where most people don't. Most people are out of work. They're just sitting around. Like I said, they're watching Jerry Springer. 1 out of 5 homes in this country, there's nobody in the house working. So yes, if you live in your big neighborhood and you drive your car, you look around, yes, 1 in 5 homes, there's people that are not working. Is it because they choose to? Is it because they can't? Are they disabled? Who knows? But the fact is the fact. They're not working, right? And if you have the ability, if you have the motivation, you have the passion, you have the will, you have the drive, you have the energy, you are unstoppable, right? If you're 20 years old and you're watching me right now, dude, you are unstoppable. You're freaking Bo Jackson. Action Jackson. You're Bo Jackson. And you can do this. Because why? Nothing's going to stand in your way. Nothing was going to stand in your way. Nothing. You got to work your ass off. You got to sit there and put in the time, guys. And the other thing, too, with success in this business, success can change. You could be on a niche, you can be on a good project, you can be on a good role, and at the end of the day, the bottom falls out, right? Sales are dried up. Then you got to figure out another way around it. Got to keep getting the sales in, But you got to know your costs, I see people listing things all the time on Amazon and eBay, and I'm like, wow, there's no money there. I don't know how they're making any money, especially when they only have 20 things for sale, but everything in their eBay store is $7.99 shipped. How can you physically make an income off that, right? What's your goal? I don't have a goal. Well, I like to make $10,000 a month. Well, how can you do that if you're only selling, if you have 30 active items and every item is $10? How? That's never going to happen. You see what I'm saying? Going back to that, playing the victim, crying to everybody in Facebook groups. This doesn't work. These guys are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. Got to know your costs. You got to know your sell rates. You got to know your shipping costs. You got to know your taxes. You got to know everything in place. And you got to save money, right? Once you become consistent in this business and you're paying your bills, you're paying for this, you're paying for that, you need to start putting money away for yourself. You need to believe in yourself and have a nest egg, okay? It's not, you can do this. Everybody can save. If you can't save money, put yourself in a position to start saving money. Why keep giving the money to Time Warner? Why keep giving the money to Comcast? Turn it off, right? Just turn on YouTube or go get Netflix for $5 a month or whatever it is. You can eliminate costs. Maybe you live in some palatial mansion. You're like, dude, times are getting rough. Then move. Okay. Sorry, don't be like the Robinsons anymore. You can't afford to live there. So move. Go get a trailer, right? Go live in a trailer. Go live on the street. Do whatever you can and save money. Money's power. Money allows you to do many different things, right? It can give you the benefit of having a great life, right? Putting your kids through college, buying your kid a car, right? Getting your kids an education, stuff like that. You know, here I see John Johnson wants to get into real estate. You start saving the money up, right? Right now is an amazing opportunity in real estate, right? To buy homes if you have great credit scores and you know how this system works. I would encourage you to look into it. There's people making a lot of money right now in certain areas in this country. I'm looking into getting in it. Been looking in it for a while now. I live in an area right here where I think the market is soft. I think there's a lot of opportunity for people to rent homes, because the simple fact is this: if people aren't working and they have no jobs, they have very little credit. Very little credit. They have to rent. They're gonna have to rent the rest of their lives until they straighten their act up, build up their credit, and go and start getting their own house. But that's a process, man. That's a process. So if you understand that, housing right now, 85% of it is people renting, give or take, right? Carol says, real estate's my main business. Yeah, I mean, start looking in that market. That real estate and reselling is very, very similar, except real estate, you're going to have a little more out-of-pocket cash to some extent. But at the same point in time, it can be passive. So if it's like eBay or Amazon, if you got 10,000 things on eBay and Amazon, it becomes passive after a while, because every day something sells. Yeah, same thing with like real estate. It could be every month you're getting rent. Your mortgage on the property is $350, and you're charging Billy and Joe down the road $800. Do the math. Yeah, Carol says she's got 5 rentals and it's great business. That's awesome. And that's, again, it's passive. It's being smart. You're having somebody else pay off your mortgage, right? Or if you invest all that money back, you just double up the payments. Or you maybe bought the house outright with cash. So again, it's putting yourself in a position to win. Again, I don't want to take up a lot of your time, guys. If you have some questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. I got a couple more things here. Then I got to jet. Yeah, other than that, guys, just understand the basics of being successful and what it takes to get there. You got to keep listening to stuff, guys. You got to keep freaking going at it and keep working at it and sell stuff. That's the bottom line. Keep listing. If you keep listing every day, the sales will come, right? It's just like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. Some days you might not get a sale, right? But some days it's going to be like, ba-boom, man. Your freaking phones are going to go ape nuts, And yeah, Oreo Kid, shoot me the question, man. Be more than happy to answer questions. I'll stand there for a couple more minutes. But the biggest thing is to keep listening to stuff. Believe in yourself, and believe that you can do this. And if you believe this and you can put in the work, you're going to make this happen. Right now, it's happening, guys. It's the biggest time of the year for resellers, right? Is this Q4. People are shopping for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for Hanukkah, whatever it is. So go out there and list the stuff. Make it happen. Appreciate it. Matthew Dresner likes more live shows. Mike love them. Yeah, I've really looked at my YouTube channel recently and going, I want to give value to people, but at the same time, I don't want to waste people's times. That's why, I'm making these vlogs. They're kind of quick. They're under 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they're kind of to the point. I used to do live shows all the time. And as I started looking back at doing them, I'm like, okay, that's fun when people are there and people are commenting. I can see how it's interactive for people. But if I'm not talking about something and I'm just blabbing for 30 minutes about absolutely nothing that's going to help you with your life or your business, what's the point, right? So maybe, we'll see. But Oreo Kid says he's got a question. What do you think about drop shipping? It depends. I mean, I think if you're looking at drop shipping, you got to get away from what's the old method of I go find somebody here where I buy these products and then, I list them on eBay, right? I think you have to get a little more creative to make any money with it. I mean, there's people making money with drop shipping, sure, right? There's people that have products that they buy on Amazon that they sell on eBay, right? And vice versa. And they're kind of drop shipping. But I think if you're looking at drop shipping as I want to make all this money, I just don't see it happening. I just don't. Again, you know, I mean, I dabbled in it a little bit years back. It just wasn't worth my time. You know, it wasn't worth, you know, a lot of times with this drop shipping, you make $1. But yeah, and you're like, you know, but people say, hey, but you didn't do anything. All you did was a place an order. Yeah, that's true. But still, that's, you know, I don't think it's a scalable business. I could be way off, but I'm just telling you my experience with it. So yeah, hopefully that Oreo Kid, you can go and investigate it, look it up, and see maybe that there's an opportunity for you in it. But I think overall, I would steer people way away from it. You're not in control of shipping it. You're not in control of the product. It could destroy your eBay account if you're selling there, or Amazon. So you got to be really, really careful if you're looking at those options, because the number one thing is you're just not in control. You know, you're just not in control of it, and you know, God forbid you lose your eBay or Amazon account. Then what do you do, right? Yeah, Stone Mason says here, drop shipping can be risky to your reselling accounts and rep. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, you know, one screw up, man, that's it. Other than that, yeah. Guys, today is the day. Go out there and vote, make a change, and be part of society. And you know, whether it's he or she, doesn't matter. As long as you go out there and vote, and you're proud of this country, and you want this country to be better. That's the biggest thing, right? Is that you want to see this country grow. Because I personally believe this country hasn't grown in decades, right? Decades, and it's sad to see. It's sad to see. It's sad to see. I drive down the road every day. People are homeless. People are walking around. People are losing their homes. It's terrible. And I think if we can all get our heads out of our asses and just go for it, right? And we get people in government positions that can actually do something, it might be a better place for us, right? But we'll never be able to get there unless we don't vote, right? You know, I'm not a big political person, but I believe in this country, and I believe that, you know, America, we were the place, man, in the 50s. 40s, 60s. I mean, this was the place. Now it's just seeming like, you know, it's lost its funk. I mean, what companies still exist here that even have jobs, you know, that are changing and adapting, you know? I mean, everything has become this private label that ship it from China program. It's destroying our country, it's destroying our people. And, you know, that's all I'm going to say about that. So, yeah. Other than that, guys, go out there, do the best you can today. Do the best you can this week. Go out there and rock and roll it. The vlogs will continue tomorrow. I really appreciate all of you guys watching them and commenting them. I see all of your comments. I wish I could reply to everyone, but I do see all your comments. I read them all, and I thank you. Thank you guys for doing the thumbs up on the videos. It means a lot to me. You know, my journey here on YouTube has been an interesting one for a lot of you guys who have been around and seen me for a while. You know, I get frustrated at times, and I feel like I'm in a funk right now, a good funk, where I'm like, you know what, I'm flowing. People like the vlogs. I'm having fun doing it. And I just really appreciate you guys watching. You know, 20,000 subscribers to me, to a lot of people is nothing. To me, it's amazing, because I remember making videos 5 to 6 years ago where I get 3 views. And I was stoked when I got 1 comment, you know, and to see this channel grow over time is it's definitely an accomplishment, and I'm proud of it. But I want to be proud of you guys. I want you guys to go out there and take the information. Maybe it's the encouragement. Maybe it's the excitement, the motivation to go out there and run a reselling business, whether it's part-time or full-time. That's, as long as I realize that if I keep making these videos, that it's helping people and it's getting people encouraged to go out there and crush it today, I'll keep doing them. But when the day comes and nobody is watching, nobody's putting in action, nobody cares, then what's the point, right? What's the point? Vincent Gary, question: what is it like selling on Etsy? Is it hard work to get sales? Vincent, I don't think it is. Honestly, I think it's just a dedication thing. Just keep listing over there, and believe it or not, you know, on a couple of these Etsy accounts I get more views and traffic over there than some of these eBay stores that I run. Honestly, it didn't happen overnight. It took some time. You know, using Instagram and social media helps, but Etsy in general has great search features, man. I mean, people are searching Etsy. There's shoppers on Etsy. Plus, Google. Etsy and Google work very, very well together. So I would say if you're look at Etsy, see what's selling over there. Figure out what it is. I mean, you guys see what I sell. I sell vintage T-shirts. I sell toys. I sell vinyl records. Vintage photos, whatever it is, whatever I think people are willing to buy, and then I commit to it. I keep listing over there. Or if you're handy and you got homemade products or you're creative, there's people I know that are on Etsy and they're making like $2,000 to $3,000 a week just off something they make in their garage, right? They're carving people's name in the woods and in the piece of wood, like plaques and stuff. It's crazy. People making amazing things, being creative, and that stuff really, really works very well. That's awesome, Alan. He just started listing on Etsy and just sold my first item today. Excited to keep growing. Yeah, congrats, man. Go out there and keep listing, guys. I mean, I can't make this stuff up about Etsy. I love Etsy. You know, I've already sold like 2 or 3 things this morning on Etsy. Love it. You know, every platform has its benefits and has its disadvantages. You know, find out which one works for you. That's the biggest thing. Find out which one works for you. So I'm going to bounce, guys. Again, I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed this type of video, hit the like button. Maybe we'll do another one of these in the future. I wanted to come out today because I really want you I want you to work hard. I want you to bust butt, but I also want you to go and vote. I want you to go and vote. That's the biggest thing. And instead of me putting out some vlog where, you know, it's chitter chatter back and forth, I'm like, you know what, let me just do something live. And maybe I can encourage somebody who's sitting there right now who's not going to vote to get up and go vote. So if you could do that, go out there. Let's make America, you know, this rock and roll in place like it used to be. Let's be proud to be Americans. I'm sporting my, you know, proud to be an American shirt. I love it. Just go out there, guys, and give it all you got and become great, right? Don't let others put you down. Don't let others get in your way. Just be that freaking guy with the ball, like I talked about earlier. And you're up against the 85 Bears defense. You have to run forward. So I'll leave this comment here. Efforts and courage are not without purpose and direction by John F. Kennedy. Think about that. So, guys, I'm out of here. Really appreciate you watching. Till next time, I'm out of here. Peace. Thanks, guys, for watching live. You guys rock. You guys are cool. Fran, OMF, UG, Stonemason, Sherry, Matthew Dresner. You guys rock. Be great. Have a good one. Peace.